everyone, I'm Ray, a professional organizer at Orderly. Today I'm at Muji and I want to share with you our favorite products that we love to use when we organize our clients' homes. Okay, first I want to show you guys my favorite product from Muji, and this is the Softbox series. So this comes in 2 heights and 2 widths. This is the half height version, and then this is the full height version. If you stack 2 half height on top of each other, it will make up the same height as this. And just to show you the difference between the different widths. So this is 10 cm width and this is 15 cm width, okay? As you can see, it's really popular. There's none left. There's only one left of the wide version. There's no more standard version left. And what we like to use this for, it's really versatile throughout the house. You can put it in your entryway for socks, shoe accessories. You can put them within medium to deep drawers for even stocking your food, snacks, and even within your wardrobe area, you can use it to store like underwear, sportswear, sports bras, or even in the home office, whereby, for example, some gadgets or CDs, cameras, camera equipment, you can keep them organized and standing up nicely and vertically. So, and I love that this is really affordable because this is, how much is it? It's $9.60. To us, okay, maybe affordable, maybe to some not so much, but as you can see, the plastic is really firm, it doesn't warp, and it stands the test of time. We've tried it for many homes, our clients love it. And let's say if you're wondering what you can use the tall one for, other than the obvious use case, which is to organize documents, another unique way that you can use this is within your kitchen deep drawers. Because in a deep drawer, it's really hard to keep things organized. So what you can do is to have a couple of these side by side. And you can put things like snacks, even like condiments or kitchen equipment like frying pan, pot lids, sauces inside as well. So one other feature that I love is that you can get this additional lid either as a regular lid at the top, or you can use the underside and put it at the bottom and purchase additional wheels to add on. And this will be really useful for example, under your work desk, whereby maybe you can use it to put like an additional bag that you're using, or just some random accessories that you don't want on your desk. So it's easy to add wheels and wheel them around as and when needed. I've seen a hack whereby someone used the opaque version to hide their cables and all that inside, because the cables can come out from the hole here. And what they did is they added wheels at the bottom as well. So that made things really, really easy to access. And at the same time, if you just add another lid at the top, it is totally seamless. You can't see anything and it makes the place feels really clean and nice. For this Softbox series, it comes in 2 different colors. One is the frosted version and the other one is the opaque version. I personally like the frosted version a little bit better because you can kind of see what's inside while not seeing the entire details. And I think for a space, for example, if it's commonly used, it's always good for the family members to kind of have an idea of what's being stored in the organizer. So at the same time, if you know that you're a hidden organizer and you really don't like visual clutter, then the opaque one will be a better choice for you. So the next thing that I want to talk about is this carry box, or we like to call it like a caddy. We like that you can just grab and go, and we find this very useful for situations whereby you might have to do activities in different places. So for example, like cleaning, or like it's particularly useful for kids, especially when they have a lot of coloring and art supplies. The height is perfect for short little crayons. And the middle area is really versatile for anything that's bigger, for example, a paint palette or like some scrap little like notebooks. And then on the side, you can put some other miscellaneous stuff like more coloring materials or like glue or even paint brushes. So it's really easy. And the best thing is the divider can be removed. So if you need a bigger section for something that's larger, you can always remove the divider. These two can be removed and you can always put them back as you need. All right, next I want to talk about the Muji polypropylene drawers. They come in many various sizes, so please make sure to measure your space before you purchase them. But what I want to highlight is the 3 different heights that it offers. So this is small, medium, and large. Small is 18 cm height, 24 cm height, and 30 cm height. So I've seen many clients who have purchased drawers that are too tall in height, and based on what they need to put in there, it resulted in quite a lot of space wastage. So for example, if you're organizing children's clothes, they're really tiny and you can fold them to really small, right? So then getting 18 cm height would be more suitable. If it's more adult clothes or say jeans, bottoms, trousers, because they're thicker, or like towels, 24 cm height is really versatile. I find 24 cm probably the best in organizing most things. And then for 30 cm height, it's a bit more unique because it's so big. This would be really useful for example, like bags, like backpacks, smaller handbags, or anything like bulky equipment, like sports equipment or tacky equipment that could be larger in size. But I guess one thing that to take note is that because of the material of these drawers, try not to put anything too heavy in them, because we did notice that over time the drawers may sink at the top or at the bottom in between when you have anything too heavy in them. So we use these drawers the most in wardrobes, especially if your wardrobe design has a lot of hanging space but not enough drawer space. So for example, certain category of clothing are better folded. For example, like underwear, sports clothes, because they're soft and flimsy, right? Or even some like camisoles, and especially children clothes. So for example, if your wardrobe, you feel like there's a lot of underutilized space between your hanging area, you can always purchase 1 to 2 of these drawers to maximize the space on the shelves. For visual organizers, you will love the Muji Acrylic series. So this acrylic drawers is something that we love. They come in 4 drawers, 6 drawers, or 3 drawers, and it really depends on what you have to organize. So especially if it's all stationery like pens, scissors, the one with 6 drawers would be best. If you have anything that's a little bit bigger like sunglasses, the 4 box or the 3 box one would be good. So you can either stand them up vertically likewise, or you can also, for example, for the square ones, the 4 or the 3 drawer one, you can turn them sideways and you can stack more above each other, and then you can adjust the orientation of the drawer to be facing upwards as such. So next up is this Muji cylindrical pot. I think it's kind of new and they have 3 different heights. So we love that you can stack them if you wish. Or you can use them as is, like for example, as a pen holder. Or what we found really useful for these things are like behind your mirror cabinet because of the size. They fit in most behind mirror cabinets. You can put cotton buds in them or cotton pads, and even like your makeup, for example, like eyeliner, lipstick, all in there, and you just pop it behind your mirror to keep it nice and tidy. And it comes with a lid as well. When it comes to organizing your toiletries behind the mirror, we love to use the makeup box range from Muji. So they come in different sizes. These ones are great for organizing cotton buds, as you can see from the name. These ones are great for organizing, for example, makeup brushes or say mascaras and eyeliners. And then these ones are actually pretty good and versatile for example, different skincare bottles or even perfumes. And if you have them all nicely lined up behind the mirror, it makes a very clean and minimal look while you are still able to peek in and see what's inside the box. And then other than that, we also love this full height makeup box. So this size is really versatile and you can use this in your kitchen upper cabinets, or for example, inside some deeper drawers, depending on the height. And of course, because they also have a half-height version, which they ran out of stock here, those ones are also great at separating items in a shorter drawer as well. And we love to use these, be it in the kitchen, it could be in a general living area. I've used it for toys as well. So the great thing is that it's light. The plastic is really sturdy. The only downside is that the corners are a little bit curved. So there's a bit of space wastage over here. But overall, given the price point, because this itself is $4.60, I personally find this really affordable, and it's a generic enough organizer and a versatile organizer that everyone should have in their home. Last but not least, we have the Muji Softbox series. So this series is really designed for you to keep all your clothing, and this serves as a nice little bin for you to put on your shelves, be open or behind closed doors, to keep your clothes tidy. And they come in many different shapes and sizes. The smaller one would be really useful for example, say underwear, bra, or even socks. These can be really handy for kids' toys too, because they are pretty firm at the top. There's a really hard wire here, and the inner layer is actually made of plastic, so you can give it a good wipe anytime you need to clean it. And it's really light, so it's really useful for little kids. While the bigger one, it will be really handy to keep folded clothes or trousers and have them nicely organized on your wardrobe shelves. And next, we also have the versions with the lids. So these ones, I particularly like them for keeping away clothes that you don't wear often. For example, like winter wear, or even like extra blankets and bed sheets. If you don't want them to be exposed to dust, just pop them in here, zip it up, and put it at the top of your wardrobe. So they also come in different sizes, be it like a rectangle or like a square, which is really useful for keeping towels as well. So this is like a great product range for hidden organizers if you really don't wish to see any visual clutter. So one thing that perhaps I wish could be better about this product is that if the dimensions were a little deeper and wider, because a lot of times the wardrobe dimensions are always about 50 to 55 cm depth. But even if we put them this way, there's still a good amount of space left that's pretty wasted. What you can also do if you want to maximize the space is to just add a smaller bin at the front or at the back, depending on which one you use more often. And that should maximize the total of your wardrobe. So that's it for our top Muji picks. The product links are in the description box below. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Bye!